What did Jesus mean when he said, "But I tell you, you will not see me until the time comes when you say, 'Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord'?" There are two very important ways he meant that. First, of course, to his coming down the Mount of Olives on Passion Sunday, when people were beginning to really recognize that he was sent by God, that he not only came in God's name, he enfleshed God's name and God's being. But we know that that was a very imperfect "Blessed be he who comes in the name of the Lord," for they turned against him. So again, it would be a sensibility that everything that is of Jesus and of the Spirit and in harmony with the Word and the Gospel keeps coming into the world through all believers now. Jesus comes through you. You are blessed, you come in the name of the Lord. And then, of course, ultimately in his final coming, where we've cultivated hearts that are so centered in God, we recognize Jesus fully for who he is and all that he offers: the redemption, the forgiveness, the salvation. Why does Herod want to kill him? Why is there a problem? Why does St. Paul talk about the fights against evil, against good? Well, partly it's because of our obstinance. Think about it. From the age of 2 or 3, when we talk about those terrible 2s and 3s, our favorite word is no, no. There's something in us all that protests. We know if we're blessed, we have a loving mother and father who want to embrace us, who want to do all that's good for us. But what is our toddler attitude? No, no, we want to assert ourselves. We want to assert our will. And why did the people Israel reject Jesus in his time? Because he wasn't matching their expectations. He wasn't the kind of Messiah that they wanted, the kind that they thought they needed, either the military leader or someone who would, without any reservation, cure every single person, every ill in the world, not just the ones who came to him. And so, too, we have to recognize that on our faith journey, even with Jesus and communion with Jesus as a goal, we get defiant. We're filled with no's and objections. Sadly, it's true, but it's also part of the faith journey. You know, in our book club quite a while ago, we read Milton's Paradise Lost. And do you know what the devil's biggest objection, what made the devil in that kind of parable literary work? It was, "God, you didn't make me perfect." That's the devil's objection. "You didn't make me as wise as you. You didn't make me as perfect as you. I'm sick of these imperfections. I'm sick of these limitations." It was sort of chilling because reading it, we recognize there's a little bit of that in all of us. We bemoan that we're not perfect, whether it's perfect in faith or we compare ourselves to others ad nauseum, a real lack of acceptance of who we are. And we object that we can't relish our imperfections, that God is working through us, each in his or her own way. So as we come to the Eucharist today, think of which ways we may, consciously or unconsciously, be protesting God, be telling God why we're not satisfied with us or our world, as if God wasn't using us in our faith to address some of these very problems. But mostly, let us ask the Lord to make us humble. For only true humility opens us and frees us from the protests, the big no to God's yes.